Hello there. Welcome to Political Science 1101, an asynchronous, fully online course. This course uses two online platforms to deliver course materials and announcements. This brief video will show you how to access and use these online platforms. If you've made it to this video, you already know how to log in and find your way around the first online platform for this course, iCollege. That's a splendid job. Keep it up. You can find all other course materials where you found this video, on the Content tab. Here, you can find everything you will need to complete this course. I'll briefly show you a few items and let you explore the rest. You can find a downloadable and printable syllabus under the Syllabus tab. Wild, I know. I bet you thought it was under the Extra Credit tab or something, way down here. Oh, and this is where you can find extra credit too. The textbook can also be found here. I don't see a textbook tab, you might be saying. Well, we didn't want to plunk a book in your lap and say, giddy up and read, so we decided to break it up week by week for you and embed the book into a digital adaptive learning platform. Not only does that sound super cool, it also makes your life easier. So you can thank us later, all right? You can access each week's readings by clicking on the, you guessed it, week tabs. I'll show you around a bit of chapter 1 and let you go, giddy up and read. To find the readings, click on the weekly tab. You'll then see different links for different parts of the chapter. Chapter 1 only has one link. Click on this link and it will open up a new window that takes you to Area 9, the second online platform for this course. This page is your Area 9 dashboard. Here, you'll see the chapter readings you're working in the To-Do column and those you've completed in the Sustain column. You can go back into chapters you've already completed to stay fresh on material in preparing for exams here in the Sustain column. You can explore around this dashboard as you like, but please ignore any items you see in your portfolio down here. I know it really looks like this is something that needs to be done, and it is, but this is not the best way to access it. You'll come across this assignment and others that you may see here as you read the book and do the activities. So you'll complete these then. If you jump right into it from here, it will be confusing, and confusing makes my dog sad, so please don't make my dog sad. Click on chapter 1 to get going. The first thing you'll need to do is enter your access code. That's easy. If you've already purchased a code, simply click I have a code and enter it in. If you're wondering how to purchase this mysterious and magical code, you can find directions in the syllabus. Once you've entered the code, well, you truly have arrived. Welcome to Understanding the American Way of Government and Politics, baby. It's been quite the journey. I'm going to show you some cool features and recommend a couple best practices for how to use and navigate this textbook. I know you're so excited. A truly convenient feature for you people on the go is the coach. Simply click the play button to hear her say,
"Here is a summary of what you will learn in this module."
That's right, she'll be your audio companion throughout the textbook. Now, once you've read the chapter goals, determine your level of confidence about the material. The level of confidence you choose will be a factor in how the adaptive learning system takes you through the content. It is our recommendation that you always start at Advanced Beginner. To move through the textbook, always use the Next button. This is your first reading section. You'll see the coach here. She'll be your audio companion throughout. Now you'll see that the text will initially appear a little faded. You'll understand why on the next slide. To make it darker, simply click on the text. It is very important that you do not use these arrows to move from slide to slide. Always scroll to the bottom of the text to find the next button to move on. The first thing you'll notice is that some of the text is highlighted. The highlights represent the most important material from the section. To make the non-highlighted text darker, simply click on the text. Make sure you know and understand the highlighted portions before moving on. This means you will need to read the context around the highlights, so be sure to read the whole section, not just the highlights. If you'd rather turn them off, use this switch. We recommend working through the material without the highlights first. and then turn them on to review the material before moving on. At the bottom of most sections, you will determine your confidence level of the material you've just read using these choices. Remember, it is important to be honest about how well you've understood the material. This helps the adaptive learning system create a better learning experience for you. Again, do not use these arrows to move on. Always use these buttons. This is your first probe, or question, asking about some of the highlighted material from the previous reading section. As always, here's the coach.
Government is a set of blank that endures over time and that, in relation to the people of a particular blank, authoritatively makes and enforces blank.
Once you've answered the probe, use the confidence buttons to tell the system how well you think you know the material. Look at that! We nailed it. And we were pretty confident about it too. This is another probe about some of the highlighted text from the previous reading section. I'm going to skip ahead to show you one more important feature and then let you go on exploring on your own. Oh goodness, this does not look like we knew the material very well. So the first thing you'll want to do is click Learn More here to review the reading section the question is based on. This is a really good time to turn highlights back on using this switch. You'll see that some of the highlights are green. Remember nailing that first probe? The green highlights show you the material you've answered correctly. The yellow highlights are what you still need to learn. So review the highlights and the surrounding context. Then go back to the question and click Show Me. Move on to the next slide, but don't worry about missing this question. The system will regenerate it later in the chapter to help you get back to nailing it. To get back to the dashboard, use this menu. You'll see you've made it 19% of the way through Chapter 1. Exit out of Area 9 entirely by closing the tab. There's no need to log out. Once you've closed the tab, your progress will be automatically transferred as a completion grade to iCollege. Now, don't worry, this is not your final grade on Chapter 1. Your grade will update as you complete more and more of the chapter. Remember to check iCollege for any announcements and have a wonderful, safe, socially but not emotionally distant semester. Hasta luego.